Hi, my name is Patty Slatter, and I am a suicide attempt survivor. I have attempted suicide a dozen times. I have over 50 hospitalizations over 20 years. Today, I want to thank Project for Maria for putting this art jam together and for doing it all month. What a great idea to expand art jam this way. So today, I'm going to talk about self-care of your mental health. Now, when you ask somebody with lived experience to speak about self care with mental health, I just want to say that you are getting my experience of how I take care of my mental health. So it's just getting some tools to put in your toolbox of different ideas that hopefully you can take something from it to put into your toolbox to help you when you are struggling with your mental health. So one thing that is really key, important to me is my support system. Those key support people doesn't have to be a lot of them. So I have maybe two or three key support people that I can call out. I can be totally honest with and say, I'm really struggling with suicide ideation or depression right now. And I can trust them and they can walk me through it. So you need to think of those two, three people that you can be honest with. And then I also do at different times throughout my seasons of mental illness was I've had a trigger word. I remember sometimes it was a trigger word of pray. So then I didn't have to explain everything to them. I could just say, please pray. And then they knew I was struggling. So that took a lot of weight off me. I didn't have to go into detail with everything. So sometimes that helps you if you think of one word that you can have between different people. Stay in communication with them. But one shift that made me 7 years ago was when I was going through a really dark season was shifting my focus to off of me and onto other people. So I started shifting my focus to pray for them and think about them more. What did they need? What can I do for them? What can I pray for them? And that really made a difference because it took it off my focus and put it onto other people's and more empathy for other people. And that did something to my brain and it just shifted that focus. And again, like when I'm struggling, sometimes I need to get out of myself. So sometimes it helps to talk to them about other things. What are they going through? Or talk totally in general about something other than depression or mental illness or whatever, just something off the table or a whole different subject. Another thing that helps me is finding a place that brings you comfort and peace. So I like to go outside and just sit outside, look at the trees, look at the birds. I like to take a book outside and read. So finding what brings you peace and comfort. During COVID, this all looks so different. So you might have to step out of your comfort zone and think of different things. So I've had to look at my plan and think of things different. I sent cards out. So I sent greeting cards out to people. I messaged people that I hadn't talked to in a while and said, hi, how are you doing? Stayed connected that way. Video chatted a lot of people. Um, you know, calling a friend. You really had to step out of your comfort zone and do something different. What am I going to do to step out of this? What do I need to do? Another thing to remember is it's okay to not be okay, and it's okay to cry. I had to remember that a couple weeks ago. I'm having a bad day. It's okay. Sometimes we think we have to keep it all together. It's okay to cry. It's okay to fall apart, and maybe call that friend and cry together. Watch a sad movie, cry, get those emotions out. Journal those feelings, get those out. Um, the next thing is key. I've been in recovery talking about suicide prevention. I go on stage talking, but I still use the text hope line. I still call and ask for help. I still call my therapist and say, I'm really having a bad day. I'm struggling with suicide ideation today. I'm no different than anybody else. So you can text NAMI, NAMI, to 741741, and somebody will text you back. And you can text back and forth. You can do it for 5 minutes. You can do it for 45 minutes. It doesn't matter. That person is there to talk to you. You can also text the National Suicide Prevention Line, 1-800-273-8255. They are there to talk to you. Also, to call your therapist. Don't struggle alone. We are not meant to struggle alone. Those are some key things. And then when you're feeling well, write down your safety plan. Write down a plan of action. Because when you're struggling, I can't do it when I'm struggling. I need to do it when I'm feeling well and give it to my friends so that when I'm not doing well, they can remind me of that when I am not doing well. So I hope those are some tips that will help you on your road to recovery.